Ever felt overwhelmed by life's challenges? Discover how ancient wisdom from Socrates, the father of Western philosophy, can transform your modern life. The audiobook, Socrates, 7 Philosophy Lessons for Calm Confidence in All Situations, unveils timeless strategies to cultivate unshakable inner peace. Unlock the secrets to navigating any situation with grace and assurance. Don't let stress and self-doubt hold you back. Embrace this journey to calm confidence or risk missing out on the clarity, resilience, and authentic success you deserve. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1, A Quest Begins. In the bustling marketplace of Athens, a peculiar figure stood out among the crowd. Barefoot and dressed in simple robes, he engaged passersby in animated conversations, challenging their beliefs and provoking deep thought. This was Socrates, the philosopher whose teachings would resonate through millennia, offering timeless wisdom that remains profoundly relevant in our modern world. As you embark on this journey to cultivate calm confidence, imagine yourself walking alongside Socrates through the streets of ancient Athens. His method of inquiry, his unwavering pursuit of truth, and his approach to life's challenges offer a roadmap for personal growth and inner strength that transcends time and culture. In today's fast-paced, often chaotic world, the need for calm confidence has never been greater. We face unprecedented challenges, from information overload to rapidly changing social norms, that can leave us feeling overwhelmed and uncertain. Yet, the fundamental questions that Socrates grappled with, who am I? What is the good life? How can I navigate uncertainty? Remain at the core of our human experience. This book is not merely an academic exploration of Socratic philosophy. Instead, it is a practical guide to applying ancient wisdom to modern life, helping you develop the resilience and self-assurance needed to thrive in any situation. Through 7 key lessons inspired by Socrates, you will embark on a transformative journey towards a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. As you begin this quest, it's important to understand what you can expect to achieve. The first time you work through this book, you'll gain a clear understanding of how Socratic philosophy applies to your daily life. You'll begin to see connections between ancient teachings and modern challenges, recognizing that the wisdom of the past holds keys to navigating the present. More importantly, you'll start applying Socratic principles to develop calm confidence. This isn't about memorizing philosophical concepts, it's about integrating them into your thought processes and decision-making. You'll learn to question assumptions, embrace uncertainty, and approach challenges with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose. Through introspection guided by Socratic methods, you'll identify key areas for personal growth. This self-awareness is the foundation upon which all other progress is built. You may uncover limiting beliefs, recognize patterns of behavior that no longer serve you, or discover strengths you didn't know you possessed. But the journey doesn't end with the last page of this book. If you continue to apply these lessons over time, the results can be profound. You'll experience a deepened sense of self-awareness and authenticity. As you align your actions with your true values and understanding, you'll find yourself moving through the world with greater ease and confidence. Your ability to remain calm in challenging situations will be enhanced. The Socratic approach to questioning and analysis will give you tools to dissect complex problems, reducing anxiety and increasing your capacity to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Perhaps most importantly, you'll embark on a journey of ongoing personal transformation and resilience. The Socratic method is not about finding final answers, but about cultivating a mindset of continuous inquiry and growth. This adaptability will serve you well in an ever-changing world. To achieve these outcomes, you'll need to fully engage with each of the 7 Socratic lessons presented in this book. Each chapter builds upon the last, creating a comprehensive framework for developing calm confidence. You'll be introduced to key concepts, guided through practical exercises, and encouraged to reflect deeply on your experiences. The exercises and reflections in each chapter are not mere suggestions, they are essential components of your growth. Philosophy, as Socrates practiced it, was not a passive intellectual pursuit, but an active way of living. By practicing these exercises, you'll be embodying the Socratic approach, integrating it into your daily life. Commitment to continuous learning and application is crucial. The transformative power of these lessons lies not in reading about them, but in living them. As you progress through the book, challenge yourself to apply what you've learned in various aspects of your life, at work, in relationships, and in your personal pursuits. The sequence of lessons in this book is carefully designed to mirror Socratic methods of inquiry and facilitate your growth. We begin with self-knowledge, the foundation of all wisdom according to Socrates. From there, we explore how to embrace ignorance, question everything, and seek virtue. These initial lessons lay the groundwork for a more profound shift in perspective. As we progress, we delve into accepting uncertainty, living simply, and practicing mindfulness. These later chapters build upon the earlier lessons, helping you develop a more resilient and centered approach to life's challenges. The structured progression ensures a comprehensive understanding, allowing each new concept to reinforce and expand upon what came before. Now, let's consider why Socrates remains so relevant today. In an age of information overload and rapid change, Socratic wisdom offers a stable foundation. His emphasis on critical thinking and questioning assumptions is a powerful antidote to misinformation and hasty judgments. His approach to ethics and virtue provides guidance in navigating complex moral landscapes. Moreover, the Socratic quest for self-knowledge addresses a universal human need. In a world that often prioritizes external achievements and appearances, Socrates reminds us of the importance of inner development. His teachings offer a path to authenticity and genuine confidence that comes from within, rather than relying on external validation. As we embark on this journey, it's essential to define what we mean by calm confidence. This is not about developing a brash or arrogant demeanor. Instead, it's about cultivating an inner strength and clarity that allows you to face life's challenges with equanimity. It's the ability to remain centered and thoughtful, even in turbulent times. Calm confidence is rooted in self-knowledge and critical thinking. It's the assurance that comes from knowing you can analyze situations clearly, make ethical decisions, and adapt to changing circumstances. It's the peace of mind that arises from living in alignment with your values and continually seeking growth and understanding. Setting your intentions for this journey is a crucial first step. Take a moment to reflect on what drew you to this book. What aspects of your life do you hope to improve? What challenges do you want to face with greater confidence? By clarifying your goals, you'll be better prepared to engage with the material and apply it to your specific circumstances. As we delve deeper into Socratic wisdom, it's important to view philosophy not as an abstract academic pursuit, but as a practical tool for living. Socrates himself was not interested in philosophy for its own sake, but for its power to improve lives and societies. Throughout this book, we'll focus on moving beyond abstract ideas to concrete applications. Each lesson will include practical exercises and real-world examples of how to apply Socratic principles in your daily life. Whether you're facing a difficult decision at work, navigating a personal relationship, or grappling with societal issues, you'll find guidance on how to approach these challenges with Socratic wisdom. Consider Socrates as your mentor on this journey. His life and teachings offer invaluable lessons in courage, integrity, and the pursuit of truth. By adopting a student mindset, opening yourself to questioning your own beliefs and assumptions, you'll be following in the footsteps of one of history's greatest thinkers. As we prepare for the path ahead, it's crucial to recognize the value of self-improvement. In a world that often emphasizes quick fixes and surface-level changes, committing to deep personal growth can be challenging. But the rewards of this journey, greater self-awareness, resilience, and inner peace are immeasurable. You may encounter resistance to change along the way. Old habits and thought patterns can be stubborn, and the process of questioning long-held beliefs can be uncomfortable. Remember that this discomfort is a sign of growth. Embrace it as part of the journey, knowing that each challenge you overcome brings you closer to your goal of calm confidence. As we conclude this introductory chapter, let's briefly map out the journey ahead. In the coming chapters, we'll explore 7 key lessons inspired by Socratic philosophy. Each of these lessons builds upon the last, creating a comprehensive approach to developing calm confidence. As you progress through the book, you'll find that the concepts interweave and reinforce each other, creating a robust framework for personal growth. The journey you're about to embark on is not just about acquiring knowledge, but about transforming your approach to life. By integrating Socratic wisdom into your daily thoughts and actions, you'll develop a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. You'll cultivate the ability to remain calm and confident in the face of life's challenges, grounded in self-knowledge and critical thinking. As we turn the page to the next chapter, prepare yourself for a deep dive into self-knowledge, the cornerstone of Socratic philosophy. You're about to embark on a journey of discovery that has the potential to reshape your understanding of yourself and your place in the world. The path to calm confidence begins with a simple yet profound question. Who are you, really? Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2, Know Yourself. As we embark on this journey towards calm confidence, we begin with perhaps the most fundamental and challenging task of all, knowing yourself. This concept, simple in its phrasing, yet profound in its implications, forms the bedrock of Socratic philosophy and serves as the foundation for all personal growth and development. Imagine standing before a mirror, not the kind that reflects your physical appearance, but one that reveals the depths of your mind, heart, and soul. What would you see? What truths about yourself would emerge? This metaphorical mirror is what Socrates urged his followers to gaze into, believing that true wisdom and confidence stem from a deep understanding of oneself. But why is self-knowledge so crucial for developing calm confidence? The answer lies in the very nature of our interactions with the world around us. Every decision we make, every reaction we have, and every emotion we feel is filtered through the lens of our self-perception. When this lens is clouded by misunderstanding or lack of awareness, our actions and reactions can become misaligned with our true selves, leading to inner conflict and external challenges. Consider a moment when you felt truly confident and at peace. Chances are, in that moment, you were acting in alignment with your core values and beliefs. You weren't second-guessing yourself or trying to be someone you're not. This state of authenticity is the goal of self-knowledge, and it's the key to maintaining calm confidence in all situations. Self-awareness acts as an internal compass, guiding us through life's complexities. When we know ourselves deeply, we're better equipped to navigate challenging situations. Instead of reacting impulsively based on surface-level emotions or societal expectations, we can respond thoughtfully, drawing upon our understanding of our true selves. This ability to respond rather than react is a hallmark of calm confidence. It allows us to maintain our composure even in high-pressure situations, making decisions that align with our values and long-term goals rather than succumbing to momentary impulses. Think of it as the difference between being tossed about by the waves of life and skillfully steering your ship through them. Moreover, knowing yourself reduces anxiety and uncertainty. Many of our fears and insecurities stem from a lack of self-understanding. When we're unclear about our values, strengths, and weaknesses, we're more likely to doubt ourselves and our decisions. Self-knowledge provides a stable foundation, a sense of inner certainty that can weather external uncertainties. But the benefits of self-knowledge extend beyond our internal world. Authenticity, which naturally flows from self-awareness, builds trust with others. In a world where many people wear masks and play roles, genuine self-expression stands out. When we're true to ourselves, we create deeper, more meaningful connections with others, fostering relationships built on mutual understanding and respect. To truly grasp the importance of self-knowledge, we must delve into its historical context. The maxim, "Know thyself," was inscribed at the entrance of the Temple of Apollo at Delphi, a site of great significance in ancient Greece. Socrates adopted this phrase as a cornerstone of his philosophy, elevating it from a mere saying to a guiding principle for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. For Socrates, self-knowledge was not just about understanding one's personality traits or preferences. It was about uncovering the fundamental truths of human nature and one's place in the world. He believed that by examining our beliefs, motivations, and actions, we could uncover universal truths about virtue, justice, and the good life. This deep dive into self-examination was not always comfortable. Socrates was known for his method of questioning, which often left his interlocutors feeling confused and unsettled. But this discomfort was purposeful. Socrates understood that true self-knowledge often requires challenging our assumptions and confronting uncomfortable truths about ourselves. In our modern context, the pursuit of self-knowledge remains equally crucial, perhaps even more so given the myriad distractions and external pressures we face. In a world that constantly tells us who we should be and how we should live, turning inward to discover our true selves is a radical and empowering act. The connection between self-awareness and confidence is profound. When we understand our personal strengths, we can lean into them, approaching challenges with a sense of capability and assurance. Equally important is recognizing our weaknesses. Far from being a source of insecurity, acknowledging our limitations allows us to work on improving them or seeking support where needed, ultimately leading to greater overall confidence. Building authenticity through self-discovery is a lifelong process. It involves peeling back layers of societal conditioning, examining our beliefs and values, and aligning our actions with our true selves. This journey of self-discovery is not always easy, but it is invariably rewarding. Each step towards greater self-understanding is a step towards more authentic living and consequently deeper confidence. So how do we embark on this journey of self-discovery? Socrates provides us with a roadmap through his method of questioning and reflection. In our modern context, we can adapt these techniques into practical exercises for introspection. One powerful tool for self-exploration is journaling. The act of putting our thoughts and feelings into words can bring clarity to our inner world. Through regular journaling, we can track patterns in our thinking, uncover hidden beliefs, and gain insights into our motivations and desires. The key is to approach journaling with honesty and openness, allowing our true thoughts and feelings to emerge without judgment. Meditation and contemplation offer another avenue for introspection. By quieting the constant chatter of our minds, we create space to observe our thoughts and emotions more objectively. This practice of mindful awareness can lead to profound insights about ourselves and our relationship to the world around us. Identifying our core values and beliefs is a crucial aspect of self-knowledge. These are the principles that guide our decisions and shape our interactions with the world. Yet many of us have never taken the time to explicitly define what truly matters to us. Exercises to uncover our core values might involve reflecting on moments when we felt most fulfilled or considering what we would fight for if challenged. Once we've identified our core values, the next step is aligning our actions with these personal principles. This alignment is where true authenticity emerges. It's not always easy. There may be times when our values conflict with external pressures or short-term desires, but consistently choosing to act in accordance with our values builds integrity and ultimately unshakable confidence. To put these concepts into practice, let's explore some practical exercises. Daily journaling prompts can serve as a structured way to delve into self-exploration. You might start with questions like, "What made me feel truly alive today?" Or "What challenged my beliefs or values?" These prompts encourage reflection on your experiences and reactions, gradually building a clearer picture of your inner world. A values assessment exercise can help you identify and prioritize your core values. Begin by brainstorming a list of values that resonate with you. Then, consider scenarios where these values might conflict and decide which ones take precedence. This process of prioritization can provide valuable insights into what truly matters most to you. As you engage in these practices, you'll likely experience a range of outcomes. At a basic level, you'll gain increased self-awareness. You'll start to notice patterns in your thoughts and behaviors, recognizing triggers for certain emotions or reactions. This awareness alone can be transformative, allowing you to make more conscious choices in your daily life. With continued practice, you may achieve a clear understanding of your strengths and weaknesses. This knowledge is empowering, allowing you to leverage your strengths and work on areas for improvement. It also fosters a sense of self-acceptance, recognizing that we all have unique combinations of strengths and limitations. The best possible outcome of this journey is an authentic alignment of your actions with your true self. This state of congruence brings a deep sense of peace and confidence. When your outer life reflects your inner values and beliefs, you'll find yourself navigating life's challenges with greater ease and assurance. However, the path to self-knowledge is not without its challenges. Deep reflection can sometimes lead to feelings of overwhelm. As you uncover layers of your psyche, you may encounter difficult emotions or uncomfortable truths. The solution is to pace yourself and seek support when needed. Remember, self-discovery is a marathon, not a sprint. It's okay to take breaks and process your insights gradually. You may also encounter resistance to acknowledging weaknesses or flaws. Our egos often resist information that challenges our self-image. The key here is to practice self-compassion. Recognize that having weaknesses doesn't diminish your worth as a person. Instead, view them as opportunities for growth and development. Another potential pitfall is superficial introspection. It's easy to fall into the trap of confirming what we already believe about ourselves rather than truly exploring our depths. To avoid this, commit to honest self-examination. Challenge your assumptions about yourself and be willing to consider new perspectives. As we conclude this chapter on self-knowledge, remember that this is just the beginning of your journey. The process of knowing yourself is ongoing, evolving as you grow and change. Each new experience and challenge offers an opportunity to deepen your self-understanding. The path ahead may seem daunting, but it's filled with the promise of greater authenticity, confidence, and inner peace. As you continue to explore the depths of your being, you'll find yourself better equipped to face life's challenges with calm assurance. In the next chapter, we'll explore a concept that might seem contradictory to everything we've discussed so far. Yet, it's a crucial step in our journey towards calm confidence. Are you ready to embrace a truth that has the power to set you free from the burden of certainty? Chapter 3. Embrace Ignorance. As we venture deeper into our journey towards calm confidence, we encounter a concept that might initially seem counterintuitive. After all, we've just explored the importance of self-knowledge, and now we're being asked to embrace ignorance. This apparent contradiction holds a key to unlocking a profound source of strength and wisdom. Imagine for a moment a vast, unexplored wilderness stretching out before you. The unknown terrain might seem daunting, even frightening, but what if, instead of fear, you could approach this uncharted territory with excitement and curiosity? This shift in perspective is at the heart of embracing ignorance. But what does it truly mean to embrace ignorance? It's not about celebrating a lack of knowledge or remaining willfully uninformed. Rather, it's about recognizing the limits of our understanding and being open to new information and experiences. It's a state of mind that acknowledges the vastness of what we don't know and sees it not as a weakness, but as an opportunity for growth. This concept is crucial for developing calm confidence in all situations. When we embrace our ignorance, we reduce our fear of the unknown. Think about it. Much of our anxiety in new or challenging situations stems from a fear of not knowing enough or not being prepared. But what if we could approach these situations with an open mind, ready to learn and adapt? By acknowledging what we don't know, we open ourselves up to new ideas and perspectives. This openness is invaluable in our rapidly changing world. It allows us to adapt more easily to new situations and to consider viewpoints different from our own. This flexibility of mind is a hallmark of truly confident individuals. Moreover, embracing ignorance builds humility and fosters better relationships. When we admit that we don't have all the answers, we create space for others to contribute their knowledge and experiences. This humility can lead to deeper, more authentic connections with those around us. To truly understand the wisdom of recognizing ignorance, we must turn to one of Socrates' most famous paradoxes: I know that I know nothing. At first glance, this statement might seem nonsensical. How can knowing nothing be a form of knowledge? But as we delve deeper, we uncover a profound truth. Socrates understood that true wisdom begins with acknowledging the vastness of our ignorance. By recognizing how much we don't know, we open ourselves up to endless possibilities for learning and growth. This paradox challenges us to question our assumptions and to approach the world with a sense of wonder and curiosity. The role of humility in this process cannot be overstated. When we believe we know everything, we close ourselves off to new information and experiences. Our minds become rigid, our perspectives narrow. But when we approach life with humility, acknowledging our limitations, we create space for growth and discovery. One of the biggest obstacles to embracing ignorance is our fear of the unknown. This fear is deeply rooted in human psychology. From an evolutionary perspective, the unknown represented potential danger, and our ancestors who were cautious about unfamiliar situations were more likely to survive. But in our modern world, this fear often holds us back more than it protects us. It can prevent us from trying new experiences, from speaking up in unfamiliar situations, or from pursuing opportunities that could lead to growth and fulfillment. By recognizing this fear for what it is, an outdated survival mechanism, we can begin to move past it. Overcoming the fear of admitting ignorance is a crucial step in this process. In many cultures, not knowing is seen as a weakness. We're often afraid to say, "I don't know," for fear of appearing incompetent or unprepared. But what if we could reframe this admission as a strength? What if saying, "I don't know, but I'm eager to learn," could be seen as a sign of confidence and intellectual curiosity? By embracing our ignorance, we open the door to learning. This mindset shift can transform how we approach the world around us. Instead of seeing challenges as threats to our competence, we can view them as opportunities for growth and discovery. Cultivating curiosity is a key aspect of this approach. When we're curious, we ask questions without judgment. We approach new situations with an open mind, eager to understand rather than to prove ourselves right. This attitude of curiosity can make even the most mundane experiences rich with potential for learning and insight. Seeing the world as a learner changes our entire perspective. Every person we meet becomes a potential teacher, every experience a lesson. This mindset fosters a sense of excitement about life and helps us maintain a youthful, vibrant approach to the world, regardless of our age or circumstances. Closely related to this is the concept of a growth mindset. Coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, a growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. This is in contrast to a fixed mindset, which believes that our qualities are set in stone. Embracing a growth mindset means seeing challenges as opportunities rather than threats. It means viewing failure not as a reflection of our worth or abilities, but as a natural part of the learning process. When we adopt this perspective, we become more resilient in the face of setbacks and more willing to take on new challenges. To put these concepts into practice, let's explore some practical exercises. One powerful practice is to regularly admit what you don't know. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but it can be incredibly liberating. Start by making a list of topics or skills you'd like to understand better. This list isn't a source of shame, but a roadmap for future learning and growth. Another valuable practice is to commit to learning something new on a regular basis. This doesn't have to be a major undertaking. It could be as simple as learning a new word each day, or spending 15 minutes reading about a topic outside your usual areas of interest. The key is to make learning a habit, to constantly expose yourself to new ideas and experiences. As you engage in these practices, you're likely to experience a range of outcomes. At a basic level, you may notice a reduction in anxiety about not knowing things. As you become more comfortable with admitting your ignorance, you'll likely find that the fear of being found out or seen as incompetent begins to fade. With continued practice, you may develop a greater openness to new experiences. When you're not constrained by the need to appear knowledgeable about everything, you become free to explore new areas without fear of judgment. This openness can lead to a richer, more varied life experience. The best possible outcome of embracing ignorance is the development of a lifelong learning mindset. This is a transformative shift that can impact every aspect of your life. With a lifelong learning mindset, you approach each day with curiosity and enthusiasm, always ready to discover something new about yourself and the world around you. However, the path to embracing ignorance is not without its challenges. One common pitfall is feeling inadequate when confronted with the vast amount of knowledge in the world. It's important to remember that everyone, even the most knowledgeable experts, has gaps in their understanding. Recognizing this universal truth can help alleviate feelings of inadequacy. Another potential challenge is feeling overwhelmed by the vastness of knowledge available. In our information-rich world, it can sometimes feel like there's too much to learn. The solution here is to focus on one area at a time. Choose topics that genuinely interest you or that are relevant to your goals, and explore them deeply before moving on to others. You may also encounter resistance to changing long-held beliefs. Our beliefs often form a core part of our identity, and challenging them can be uncomfortable. The key to overcoming this resistance is to practice open-mindedness. Try to approach new information with curiosity rather than defensiveness. Remember, changing your mind in light of new evidence is a sign of strength, not weakness. As we conclude this chapter on embracing ignorance, reflect on how this concept might apply to your own life. Are there areas where a fear of not knowing has held you back? How might your life change if you approach the unknown with curiosity rather than fear? Remember, embracing ignorance doesn't mean remaining uninformed. It means approaching life with an open mind, ready to learn and grow. It means having the confidence to say, "I don't know," and the curiosity to follow it up with, "But I'd like to find out." As we move forward on our journey towards calm confidence, we'll explore a tool that Socrates used to uncover hidden truths and challenge assumptions. This method, when applied skillfully, has the power to revolutionize how you think about the world and your place in it. Are you ready to dive deeper into the art of inquiry? Chapter 4. Question Everything. As we delve deeper into our journey towards calm confidence, we encounter a principle that may seem simple at first glance, yet holds profound power to transform our thinking and decision-making. This principle, encapsulated in the phrase, "question everything," invites us to look beyond the surface of our beliefs, assumptions, and the world around us. But what does it truly mean to question everything? It's not about adopting a cynical or skeptical view of the world. Rather, it's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity and critical thinking that allows us to navigate life's complexities with greater clarity and assurance. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a vast landscape filled with ideas, beliefs, and assumptions that you've accumulated over the years. Some of these are clearly visible, like prominent landmarks. Others are hidden, like underground streams influencing the terrain above. The art of questioning everything is like exploring this landscape with a keen eye and a spirit of discovery, uncovering hidden truths and challenging long-held assumptions. This practice of persistent questioning is crucial for developing calm confidence in all situations. When we question effectively, we enhance our decision-making abilities. Instead of relying on gut reactions or habitual responses, we learn to analyze situations from multiple angles, considering various possibilities before reaching a conclusion. This thorough approach leads to more informed decisions, which in turn builds our confidence in our ability to handle complex situations. Moreover, the very act of questioning builds confidence through understanding. As we probe deeper into topics and ideas, we gain a more comprehensive grasp of the subject matter. This deeper understanding naturally leads to greater confidence. When we truly understand something, we're less likely to be swayed by misinformation or intimidated by complexity. Questioning everything also promotes clarity in the face of complexity. In our increasingly complex world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information and choices we face daily. By asking probing questions, we can cut through the noise and focus on what's truly important. This clarity is a key component of calm confidence, allowing us to maintain our composure even in challenging situations. To truly harness the power of inquiry, we must understand the Socratic method. Named after the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, this approach involves asking a series of questions to stimulate critical thinking and illuminate ideas. Socrates believed that the path to true understanding lay not in accepting information at face value, but in questioning it thoroughly. The art of effective questioning is at the heart of the Socratic method. It's not about asking just any questions, but about crafting questions that probe deeper, challenge assumptions, and reveal underlying truths. These questions often begin with why, how, or what if, encouraging us to go beyond surface-level explanations. Consider, for instance, a commonly held belief or societal norm. Instead of accepting it without thought, the Socratic approach would encourage us to ask, why do we believe this? What evidence supports it? What would happen if it weren't true? These types of questions can lead us to profound insights and a more nuanced understanding of the world around us. The process of inquiry leads to understanding in several ways. First, it helps us identify gaps in our knowledge. When we ask questions, we often discover areas where our understanding is incomplete or based on assumptions rather than facts. This recognition of our own ignorance, as we explored in the previous chapter, is the first step towards true learning. Secondly, questioning helps us make connections between different pieces of information. As we probe deeper into a topic, we often uncover relationships and patterns that weren't immediately apparent. This interconnected understanding is far more valuable than isolated facts or information. Finally, the process of questioning itself engages our minds more deeply with the subject matter. When we actively question and explore a topic, we're more likely to remember and internalize the information we uncover. This deeper engagement leads to more lasting and meaningful understanding. The benefits of critical thinking, which is fostered through persistent questioning, are numerous. It enhances our problem-solving skills by encouraging us to approach challenges from multiple angles. Instead of accepting the first solution that comes to mind, critical thinking pushes us to consider alternatives, evaluate potential outcomes, and choose the most effective approach. Critical thinking also enables us to make more informed decisions. By questioning our assumptions and gathering more information, we create a stronger foundation for our choices. This doesn't mean we'll always make perfect decisions, but it does mean that our decisions will be based on careful consideration rather than impulse or habit. One of the most powerful aspects of questioning everything is its ability to challenge our assumptions. We all carry hidden beliefs and biases that influence our perceptions and decisions, often without our awareness. By cultivating a habit of questioning, we can begin to identify these hidden influences. Recognizing our biases is a crucial step in this process. We all have biases. They're a natural result of our experiences and the way our brains process information. The key is not to eliminate biases entirely, which is likely impossible, but to become aware of them so we can account for their influence in our thinking. There are several techniques we can use to uncover our assumptions. One is to practice perspective taking, imagining how a situation might look from someone else's point of view. Another is to regularly ask ourselves, why do I believe this? Or what evidence supports this belief? These simple questions can often reveal assumptions we didn't even realize we were making. Breaking free from preconceptions is another important aspect of questioning everything. Our preconceived notions can limit our thinking and prevent us from seeing new possibilities. By approaching situations with an open mind and a willingness to question our initial reactions, we can break free from these limitations. The impact of assumptions on our judgment can be profound. They can lead us to jump to conclusions, overlook important information, or dismiss alternative viewpoints. By questioning our assumptions, we can make more balanced and fair judgments, leading to better decisions and interactions with others. To put these concepts into practice, let's explore some practical exercises. One powerful exercise is to practice the Socratic method on one of your own beliefs. Choose a belief you hold strongly and then begin to question it. Why do you believe this? What evidence supports it? What would it mean if it weren't true? The goal isn't necessarily to change your belief, but to understand it more deeply and ensure it's based on solid reasoning rather than unexamined assumptions. Another useful exercise is to analyze complex situations using questions. When faced with a challenging problem or decision, try writing down a series of questions about it. What are the key factors involved? What are the potential outcomes of different choices? What assumptions am I making about this situation? This process can help you break down complex issues into more manageable parts and approach them more systematically. As you engage in these practices, you're likely to experience a range of outcomes. At a basic level, you may notice improved analysis skills. You'll become more adept at breaking down complex issues and examining them from multiple angles. With continued practice, you may achieve enhanced problem-solving abilities. The habit of questioning everything can lead to more creative and effective solutions to challenges in all areas of your life. The best possible outcome of this practice is confident decision-making. When you've thoroughly questioned and examined a situation, you can make choices with the assurance that comes from deep understanding. This confidence isn't based on certainty, which is often impossible in complex situations, but on the knowledge that you've considered the issue carefully and made the best decision possible with the information available. However, the path of questioning everything is not without its potential pitfalls. One common issue is the tendency to overanalyze, which can lead to indecision. When we question everything, we may find ourselves caught in a loop of endless analysis, unable to move forward. The solution to this is to set time limits for your analysis. Give yourself a reasonable amount of time to question and explore an issue, but then commit to making a decision based on what you've learned. Another potential problem is alienating others with our questions. While questioning can lead to deeper understanding, it can also come across as confrontational or disrespectful if not done carefully. The key here is to approach questioning with respect and empathy. Frame your questions as genuine attempts to understand, not as challenges or criticisms. Finally, you may find yourself stuck on unproductive questions, those that don't lead to useful insights or actionable information. The solution is to focus on constructive inquiries. Ask yourself, will the answer to this question help me understand the situation better or make a more informed decision? If not, it may be time to redirect your questioning to more productive areas. As we conclude this chapter on questioning everything, reflect on how this approach might change your perspective on the world around you. How might your decision-making process evolve if you consistently applied the principle of questioning? How might your interactions with others change if you approached conversations with a spirit of genuine inquiry? Remember, the goal of questioning everything is not to become paralyzed by doubt or to dismiss all established knowledge. Rather, it's to engage more deeply with the world around us, to understand more fully, and to make decisions with greater clarity and confidence. As we move forward on our journey towards calm confidence, we'll explore a concept that goes beyond mere questioning. This next principle invites us to consider not just what we think, but how we act in the world. What guiding star can lead us through the complexities of ethical decision-making and help us build unshakable confidence? The answer lies in a pursuit that has captivated philosophers for millennia: Chapter 5, Seek Virtue. As we continue our journey towards calm confidence, we encounter a concept that may seem, at first glance, somewhat old-fashioned or even quaint in our modern world. Yet, this principle holds the power to transform not just how we see ourselves, but how we interact with the world around us. It's a principle that has guided philosophers, leaders, and ordinary individuals for millennia, offering a path to inner strength and unwavering confidence. But what exactly do we mean when we talk about seeking virtue? It's not about adhering to a rigid set of rules or striving for an unattainable ideal of perfection. Rather, it's about cultivating a set of qualities that allow us to navigate life's complexities with grace, integrity, and authenticity. Imagine, if you will, an internal compass, not one that points north, but one that guides you towards what is right, just, and good. This moral compass, when properly calibrated, can provide direction in even the most challenging situations. It's this compass that we're seeking to develop as we explore the concept of virtue. The importance of this principle in developing calm confidence cannot be overstated. When we have a clear sense of our values and strive to live in accordance with them, we provide ourselves with a stable foundation from which to face life's challenges. This moral compass serves as a guide, helping us navigate difficult decisions and complex ethical dilemmas with greater ease and assurance. Moreover, the pursuit of virtue fosters self-respect and confidence. When our actions align with our values, we develop a deep sense of integrity. This integrity becomes a source of inner strength, allowing us to face the world with authenticity and assurance. We no longer need to second-guess our decisions or worry about being found out because we know that we're acting in accordance with our deepest principles. This alignment between our actions and our values also builds trust and respect from others. In a world where integrity can sometimes seem in short supply, those who consistently act with virtue stand out. They become known as individuals of character, people who can be relied upon to do what's right, even when it's difficult. This reputation for integrity can open doors and create opportunities in both personal and professional spheres. To truly understand the concept of virtue as Socrates saw it, we need to delve into some key ideas from his philosophy. For Socrates, virtue wasn't just about following rules or societal norms. It was about developing excellence of character, what the Greeks called arete. This excellence was seen as the highest good, the ultimate goal towards which all human beings should strive. Socrates identified several key virtues that he believed were essential for a good life. Among these were courage, temperance, and justice. Courage, in the Socratic sense, isn't just about physical bravery. It's about having the moral fortitude to stand up for what's right, even in the face of adversity. Temperance is about self-control and moderation, the ability to govern our desires and impulses. Justice, for Socrates, was about giving each person their due and acting fairly in all our dealings. These virtues might seem abstract, but they have very real relevance in our lives today. Courage is needed when we face difficult decisions at work or in our personal lives. Temperance helps us navigate a world full of distractions and excess. Justice guides our interactions with others, helping us create fair and equitable relationships and societies. For Socrates, the pursuit of virtue wasn't just about being a good person in some abstract sense. He saw it as the path to true fulfillment and happiness. This idea might seem counterintuitive in our modern world, where happiness is often equated with pleasure or material success. But Socrates argued that true happiness, what the Greeks called eudaimonia, comes from living a life of virtue and excellence. This connection between virtue and fulfillment is profound. When we live in accordance with our values, we experience a sense of harmony and purpose. Our actions feel meaningful because they're aligned with what we believe to be right and good. This sense of purpose contributes significantly to our overall well-being and life satisfaction. But how do we go about cultivating moral excellence in our daily lives? It's not something that happens overnight, but rather a lifelong process of growth and development. One approach is to set specific moral goals for ourselves. These might be based on areas where we feel we need improvement, or virtues we particularly want to strengthen. For example, if we want to develop greater courage, we might set a goal to speak up more often when we see something we believe is wrong. If we're working on temperance, we might focus on moderating a particular habit or behavior. The key is to make these goals specific and actionable so we can track our progress over time. Another powerful approach is to incorporate daily virtue practices into our routines. These can be small actions or reflections that help us stay focused on our moral development. It might be as simple as starting each day by reflecting on the virtues we want to embody, or ending each day by reviewing our actions and considering how well they aligned with our values. Aligning our actions with our ethics is where the rubber meets the road in the pursuit of virtue. It's one thing to know what's right, it's another to consistently act on that knowledge. This is where the real challenge and the real growth occurs. Making value-based choices often requires us to pause and reflect before acting, especially in challenging situations. We need to ask ourselves, is this action in line with my values? Am I making this choice out of expediency or because it's truly the right thing to do? This kind of ethical decision-making becomes easier with practice, eventually becoming second nature. The link between integrity and confidence is strong. When we consistently act in accordance with our values, we develop a deep sense of self-trust. We know that we can rely on ourselves to do what's right, even when it's difficult. This self-trust is a cornerstone of genuine confidence. To put these ideas into practice, let's explore some practical exercises. One powerful tool is keeping a virtue reflection journal. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on your actions. Where did you successfully embody the virtues you're striving for? Where did you fall short? The goal isn't to judge yourself harshly, but to increase your awareness and identify areas for growth. Another valuable exercise is to practice ethical decision-making in low-stakes situations. When faced with small choices throughout your day, pause to consider the ethical implications. Which choice aligns best with your values? By practicing this kind of deliberate, value-based decision-making in everyday situations, you'll be better prepared to handle more significant ethical dilemmas when they arise. As you engage in these practices, you're likely to experience a range of outcomes. At a basic level, you may notice an increased awareness of ethical considerations in your daily life. You'll start to see the moral dimensions of situations that you might have previously overlooked. With continued practice, you may find that your actions begin to align more consistently with your virtues. This alignment can bring a sense of integrity and authenticity to your life. You may find yourself making choices that feel more right, even if they're not always the easiest or most convenient options. The best possible outcome of this pursuit is the development of inner strength and moral confidence. This isn't the brittle confidence that comes from always believing you're right. Rather, it's a deep-seated assurance that comes from knowing you're striving to do what's right, even when it's difficult. This kind of moral confidence can provide a stable foundation for navigating life's complexities with grace and authenticity. However, the path of seeking virtue is not without its challenges. One common issue is inconsistency in practicing virtues. We might find ourselves acting with great integrity in some areas of our life while falling short in others. The solution to this is to create accountability for ourselves. This might involve sharing our moral goals with a trusted friend or mentor, or regularly reviewing our progress in our virtue reflection journal. Another challenge is the frequent conflict between our desires and our ethics. We may know what the right thing to do is, but find ourselves tempted to take an easier or more personally beneficial path. In these situations, it's crucial to step back and reevaluate our priorities. Remembering why we've chosen to pursue virtue in the first place can help us make choices that align with our deeper values, even when it's difficult. A final pitfall to be aware of is the danger of becoming self-righteous. As we develop our moral compass and strive to act with integrity, we might fall into the trap of judging others harshly or seeing ourselves as morally superior. The antidote to this is to practice humility. Remember that the pursuit of virtue is a lifelong journey and that we all have areas where we can improve. As we conclude this chapter on seeking virtue, take a moment to reflect on what this principle means for your own life. How might your decisions and actions change if you consistently strive to embody virtues like courage, temperance, and justice? How might your sense of self and your interactions with others be transformed? Remember, the goal isn't perfection, but progress. Each step we take towards living a more virtuous life is a step towards greater calm, confidence, and inner strength. As we move forward on our journey, we'll explore a principle that might seem at odds with the certainty and stability we've been cultivating. Yet, this next concept holds the key to maintaining our calm confidence even in the face of life's most unpredictable challenges. Are you ready to embrace the wisdom that lies in uncertainty? Chapter 6. Accept uncertainty. As we venture further into our exploration of calm confidence, we encounter a principle that might initially seem counterintuitive. After all, we've been working towards building strength, understanding, and virtue. Now we're asked to accept uncertainty? This concept may appear to contradict our quest for stability and assurance, but in reality, it holds the key to a deeper, more resilient form of confidence. Imagine for a moment that you're standing on the edge of a vast, unexplored wilderness. The path ahead is unclear, obscured by mist and the twists and turns of an unknown landscape. How do you approach this journey? Do you hesitate, paralyzed by the fear of what might lie ahead? Or do you step forward with curiosity and openness, ready to meet whatever challenges arise? This metaphor captures the essence of accepting uncertainty. It's not about surrendering control or resigning ourselves to chaos. Rather, it's about developing the inner strength and flexibility to navigate life's unpredictable terrain with grace and composure. But why is this acceptance so crucial for developing calm confidence? At its core, accepting uncertainty reduces our anxiety about the unknown. When we acknowledge that we can't predict or control everything in our lives, we free ourselves from the exhausting task of trying to do so. This acceptance allows us to redirect our energy towards what we can influence, leading to a more focused and effective approach to life's challenges. Moreover, embracing uncertainty enhances our adaptability. In a world that's constantly changing, the ability to adjust our course and respond flexibly to new situations is invaluable. By accepting uncertainty, we cultivate a mindset that's open to change and ready to seize unexpected opportunities. Perhaps most importantly, accepting uncertainty shifts our focus from external circumstances to our internal responses. While we can't control everything that happens to us, we always have control over how we react. This realization is empowering, allowing us to maintain our composure even in the face of adversity. To truly understand the power of accepting uncertainty, we must first grapple with the inevitability of change. Change is the only constant in life, a truth that ancient philosophers like Heraclitus recognized thousands of years ago. Every moment brings something new, whether it's a subtle shift in our thoughts or a major life event. Uncertainty, then, is not an occasional visitor in our lives. It's a constant companion. Once we recognize this, we can begin to see the futility of seeking absolute certainty. Many of us expend enormous energy trying to predict and control the future, but this pursuit often leads to stress and disappointment. The pitfalls of seeking certainty are numerous. It can lead to rigid thinking, making us less able to adapt when things don't go as planned. It can cause us to miss opportunities that don't fit our preconceived notions. Perhaps most damagingly, it can create a constant state of anxiety as we worry about potential future outcomes. Instead of fighting against uncertainty, Socratic philosophy encourages us to embrace it. This doesn't mean we abandon planning or preparation. Rather, it means we approach life with a balance of thoughtful consideration and openness to the unexpected. A key aspect of this approach is understanding what we can and cannot control. We can't control external events, other people's actions, or the ultimate outcomes of our efforts. But we can control our own thoughts, attitudes, and responses. By focusing on these internal factors, we develop a sense of agency and resilience that isn't dependent on external circumstances. This shift in focus from external control to internal response is transformative. It allows us to maintain our calm and confidence even when faced with challenging or unexpected situations. Instead of being buffeted by the winds of change, we become like a tree with deep roots, able to bend and sway with the storms of life without breaking. Developing this kind of resilience is a crucial part of accepting uncertainty. It involves building emotional strength, which allows us to manage stress and anxiety more effectively. When we're emotionally resilient, we're better able to maintain perspective in the face of adversity. We can step back from difficult situations and view them with a broader, more balanced outlook. One powerful way to build this emotional strength is by practicing mindfulness. By learning to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them, we develop a greater sense of inner stability. This practice helps us recognize that our emotions, like external circumstances, are transient. They come and go, and we don't have to be controlled by them. Another important aspect of developing resilience is learning to let go of rigid expectations. Many of us carry around a mental image of how things should be, and we become distressed when reality doesn't match this ideal. By loosening our grip on these expectations, we become more flexible and adaptable. This process of letting go also involves reducing our need for external approval. When we're overly concerned with how others perceive us, we become vulnerable to the unpredictability of their opinions and reactions. By finding our sense of worth and stability within ourselves, we become less affected by external judgments. To put these concepts into practice, let's explore some practical exercises. One powerful tool is acceptance meditation. This practice involves sitting quietly and focusing on the present moment, acknowledging whatever thoughts, feelings, or sensations arise without trying to change or judge them. As you practice this, you may notice that even uncomfortable or uncertain feelings become more manageable when we simply allow them to be present. Another useful exercise is a control assessment. Take a situation that's causing you stress or anxiety and make two lists, one of aspects you can control and one of aspects you can't. This simple act of categorization can help shift your focus towards productive action and away from fruitless worry. As you engage in these practices, you're likely to experience a range of outcomes. At a basic level, you may notice reduced stress and anxiety. As you become more comfortable with uncertainty, you'll likely find that you're less rattled by unexpected events or changes in plans. With continued practice, you may achieve increased resilience. You'll find yourself bouncing back more quickly from setbacks and adapting more easily to new situations. This resilience isn't about being unaffected by difficulties, but about having the inner resources to cope effectively with whatever arises. The best possible outcome of accepting uncertainty is a state of consistent calmness. This doesn't mean you'll never feel stressed or anxious, but that you'll have developed the ability to return to a centered state even in challenging circumstances. This calmness comes from a deep acceptance of life's unpredictability and a confidence in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. However, the path to accepting uncertainty is not without its challenges. One common difficulty is letting go of the desire for control. We're often deeply attached to the idea that if we just try hard enough, we can make everything work out as we want. The solution here is to practice acceptance gradually. Start with small, low-stakes situations and work your way up to accepting uncertainty in more significant areas of your life. Another potential pitfall is feeling passive or fatalistic. Some people misinterpret acceptance of uncertainty as giving up or not trying to influence outcomes at all. The key here is to focus on proactive responses within your sphere of control. You can't control everything, but you can always control your own actions and attitudes. Finally, some people may feel overwhelmed by the idea of embracing uncertainty, seeing it as an invitation to chaos. The solution is to create stability routines. These are practices or habits that provide a sense of structure and predictability in your daily life, giving you a stable base from which to face life's uncertainties. As we conclude this chapter on accepting uncertainty, take a moment to reflect on how this principle might apply to your own life. How might your approach to challenges change if you embraced uncertainty rather than fought against it? How might your sense of calm confidence grow if it were rooted in internal stability rather than external control? Remember, accepting uncertainty doesn't mean abandoning goals or giving up on influencing outcomes. It means approaching life with a combination of purposeful action and open-minded flexibility. It's about developing the inner strength to remain calm and confident, no matter what unexpected turns life may take. As we move forward on our journey, we'll explore a principle that might seem to contradict our modern notions of success and fulfillment. Yet, this next concept holds the potential to free us from the endless cycle of wanting and striving, leading us to a place of profound contentment and unshakable confidence. Are you ready to discover the power that lies in letting go? Live simply. In our journey towards calm confidence, we now encounter a principle that may seem at odds with the prevailing winds of our modern society. In a world that often equates success with accumulation and status with possessions, we're invited to consider a radically different approach. This principle challenges us to strip away the excess, to pare down to the essentials, and in doing so, to discover a profound source of strength and serenity. But what does it truly mean to live simply? It's not about deprivation or asceticism. Rather, it's about intentionality, about choosing what we allow into our lives with careful consideration. It's about recognizing that sometimes less truly is more. Imagine for a moment that your life is like a garden. In this garden, you have limited space and resources. Every plant you choose to nurture takes energy and attention. Some plants bear fruit, providing nourishment and joy. Others, while perhaps beautiful, may require more care than they give back. And some might even be weeds, taking up space and resources without contributing anything positive. Living simply is about carefully curating this garden, choosing to nurture only those elements that truly enrich your life. The importance of this principle in developing calm confidence cannot be overstated. When we simplify our lives, we reduce stress and distraction. Think about how much mental energy we expend managing our possessions, our commitments, our desires. By streamlining these aspects of our lives, we free up cognitive and emotional resources. This newfound mental space allows us to approach challenges with greater clarity and composure. Moreover, simplicity enhances our focus on true priorities. When we're not constantly juggling a multitude of possessions, commitments, and desires, we can more easily identify and pursue what truly matters to us. This clarity of purpose is a key component of calm confidence. It allows us to move through life with intention and assurance, knowing that our energy is directed towards what we genuinely value. Perhaps most importantly, living simply builds self-sufficiency and inner peace. When we learn to find contentment with less, we become less dependent on external circumstances for our happiness and sense of worth. This self-sufficiency is a powerful source of confidence, rooting our sense of self in our inner resources rather than in fleeting external validations. To truly understand the power of simplicity, we need to delve into its philosophical roots. Socrates, one of the founders of Western philosophy, was renowned for his simple lifestyle. He walked barefoot through the streets of Athens, owned few possessions, and famously declared, "The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less." Socrates' critique of materialism was sharp and insightful. He observed that the pursuit of wealth and possessions often led to anxiety and dissatisfaction rather than happiness. The more people acquired, he noted, the more they seemed to want. This endless cycle of desire and temporary fulfillment, he argued, was a path to frustration rather than contentment. Instead, Socrates advocated for a life of simplicity. He believed that true freedom came not from having everything one could want, but from wanting only what one truly needed. This freedom from excessive desires, he argued, allowed one to focus on what truly mattered, the cultivation of wisdom, virtue, and meaningful relationships. This ancient wisdom resonates powerfully in our modern context. In a world of constant stimulation and endless options, the idea that less can be more is both radical and liberating. When we pare down our possessions and commitments to what truly matters, we often find that our sense of well-being increases. We're no longer stretched thin, trying to manage and maintain a multitude of things. Instead, we can fully appreciate and engage with what we've chosen to keep in our lives. The impact of simplicity on well-being is profound. Research in psychology and neuroscience has shown that cluttered environments can increase stress and decrease focus. Conversely, simplified spaces and routines can lead to increased calm and clarity. By reducing the number of decisions we need to make and the amount of stimuli we need to process, we free up mental resources for more important tasks and experiences. But how do we go about simplifying our lives? One crucial step is identifying and reducing unnecessary desires. This process involves taking a hard look at our possessions, commitments, and habits, and asking ourselves, does this truly add value to my life? Is it worth the time, energy, and space it requires? This assessment can be challenging. We often attach emotional significance to objects or hold on to things just in case. But by honestly evaluating the role each item plays in our lives, we can begin to let go of what no longer serves us. This decluttering applies not just to physical spaces, but to our minds as well. We can work on releasing mental clutter like unnecessary worries, outdated beliefs, or unproductive thought patterns. As we reduce our attachments to external things, we create space to focus on internal fulfillment. This shift from external to internal sources of satisfaction is key to developing lasting contentment. It involves recognizing that true happiness comes not from what we have, but from who we are and how we engage with the world around us. One powerful practice in this journey towards simplicity is cultivating gratitude for what we already have. When we regularly take time to appreciate the good in our lives, we naturally become less focused on acquiring more. This gratitude practice can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to reflect on what we're thankful for. To put these ideas into practice, let's explore some practical exercises. One effective approach is the minimalism challenge. This involves systematically going through your possessions and removing items that don't add value to your life. You might start with a single drawer or closet and gradually work your way through your entire living space. The key is to be honest with yourself about what you truly need and use. Another powerful practice is a daily gratitude reflection. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you're grateful for. These can be big or small, from a loving relationship to a beautiful sunset. The act of regularly acknowledging the good in your life can shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, fostering a sense of abundance even in simplicity. As you engage in these practices, you're likely to experience a range of outcomes. At a basic level, you may notice less physical and mental clutter in your life. This reduction in clutter often leads to a sense of lightness and increased mental clarity. With continued practice, you may achieve increased contentment. As you become less focused on acquiring and managing possessions, you may find greater satisfaction in simpler pleasures and experiences. This contentment is not about settling for less, but about recognizing the richness available in a life unburdened by excess. The best possible outcome of living simply is a deep sense of peace and confidence. This comes from knowing that your happiness and worth are not dependent on external possessions or achievements. It's a grounded confidence that comes from being content with who you are rather than what you have. However, the path to simplicity is not without its challenges. One common issue is feeling deprived, especially in the early stages of simplifying. We're often conditioned to equate having more with being happier, and letting go of this belief can be difficult. The solution is to actively seek out and cultivate non-material sources of joy. This might involve spending more time in nature, deepening relationships, or engaging in creative pursuits. Another challenge is difficulty in letting go. We often form strong attachments to our possessions even when they no longer serve us. The key here is to start small. Begin with items that are clearly unnecessary or unused, and gradually work your way up to more challenging decisions. Remember, simplifying is a process, not an event. Social pressure can also be a significant obstacle. In a society that often equates success with material wealth, choosing a simpler lifestyle can sometimes feel like swimming against the current. The solution is to regularly reaffirm your values and remind yourself why you've chosen this path. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals or communities can also provide support and encouragement. As we conclude this chapter on living simply, take a moment to reflect on what this principle might mean for your own life. How might your daily experience change if you reduce the clutter, both physical and mental, in your life? How might your sense of confidence and contentment grow if it were rooted in who you are rather than what you have? Remember, the goal of simplicity is not to live with as little as possible, but to make room for what truly matters. It's about creating space in your life for growth, for meaningful experiences, and for the cultivation of calm confidence. As we move forward on our journey, we'll explore a practice that has the power to transform how we experience each moment of our lives. This next principle invites us to step out of the whirlwind of thoughts about the past and future and into the vivid reality of the present. Are you ready to discover the profound impact of being fully awake to your life as it unfolds? Chapter 8. Practice Mindfulness. As we approach the culmination of our journey towards calm confidence, we encounter a principle that has the power to transform our entire experience of life. This practice, while simple in concept, holds profound potential for enhancing our well-being and our ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and assurance. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a vast, clear sky. Thoughts, emotions, and sensations are like clouds passing through this sky, some light and wispy, others dark and turbulent. Now picture yourself not as these passing clouds, but as the sky itself, vast, open, and unperturbed by the weather patterns moving through it. This image captures the essence of the practice we're about to explore. But what exactly is this practice, and how does it relate to developing calm confidence? At its core, it's about cultivating a particular quality of attention, an attention that is fully engaged with the present moment, free from judgment or the constant chatter of our internal dialogue. It's about learning to observe our experiences, both internal and external, with a sense of curiosity and openness. The importance of this practice in developing calm confidence cannot be overstated. When we learn to focus our attention on the present moment, we naturally reduce stress. Much of our anxiety and worry stems from dwelling on the past or anticipating the future. By bringing our attention back to the here and now, we free ourselves from these mental projections and ground ourselves in the reality of our current experience. Moreover, this practice enhances clarity and focus. In a world full of distractions, the ability to direct and sustain our attention is increasingly valuable. By training our minds to stay present, we improve our capacity to concentrate on the task at hand, leading to better performance and decision-making. Perhaps most importantly, this practice improves our emotional regulation. By learning to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them, we develop a greater sense of emotional balance. We become less reactive to challenging situations and more able to respond with thoughtfulness and composure. To truly understand the power of this practice, we need to explore its philosophical roots. While the term mindfulness is relatively modern, the concept of being fully present has a long history in philosophy. Socrates, in particular, emphasized the importance of self-awareness and living an examined life. For Socrates, being fully engaged meant more than just paying attention to one's surroundings. It meant being acutely aware of one's thoughts, beliefs, and actions. He encouraged his students to question their assumptions and to strive for a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. This kind of presence and awareness, he believed, was essential for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. In our modern context, the benefits of this practice have been extensively studied and documented. Research has shown that regular practice can lead to improved focus and concentration. When we train our minds to stay present, we become better able to filter out distractions and maintain our attention on what's important. Furthermore, this practice has been shown to enhance emotional control. By learning to observe our emotions without immediately reacting to them, we create a space between stimulus and response. This gap allows us to choose our reactions more consciously rather than being controlled by automatic emotional responses. But how do we actually go about cultivating this quality of attention? One fundamental technique involves focusing on our breath. The breath serves as an anchor, always present and always accessible. By directing our attention to the sensations of breathing, the rise and fall of the chest, the feeling of air moving in and out of the nostrils, we bring our minds back to the present moment. This simple practice of returning our attention to the breath again and again serves to center the mind. It's like training a puppy, gently but persistently guiding it back when it wanders off. Over time, this practice strengthens our ability to stay focused and present. The relationship between breath and mental state is profound. When we're stressed or anxious, our breathing often becomes shallow and rapid. By consciously slowing and deepening our breath, we can influence our mental state, promoting a sense of calm and relaxation. Another powerful technique is mindful observation. This involves deliberately engaging our senses to fully experience the present moment. It might mean really listening to the sounds around us, noticing the play of light and shadow in our environment, or paying attention to the sensations in our body as we move. This practice of mindful observation helps to deepen our experiences. We often go through life on autopilot, barely noticing the richness of our moment-to-moment experience. By deliberately engaging our senses, we bring a new vividness and depth to our daily lives. To put these concepts into practice, let's explore some practical exercises. One simple yet powerful practice is mindful breathing. Set aside a few minutes each day to focus on your breath. Sit comfortably, close your eyes if you wish, and bring your attention to the sensations of breathing. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring your attention back to the breath. Start with just a few minutes and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable with the practice. Another valuable exercise is mindful walking. This can be done anywhere, in nature, in your neighborhood, or even in your home. As you walk, pay attention to the sensations in your feet and legs as they move. Notice the rhythm of your steps, the feeling of your body moving through space. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the physical sensations of walking. As you engage in these practices, you're likely to experience a range of outcomes. At a basic level, you may notice increased presence in your daily life. You might find yourself more aware of your surroundings, more attuned to your own thoughts and feelings. With continued practice, you may achieve reduced stress. As you become more adept at bringing your attention to the present moment, you may find that you spend less time worrying about the future or ruminating on the past. This reduction in mental chatter can lead to a significant decrease in stress and anxiety. The best possible outcome of this practice is a state of consistent calmness. This doesn't mean you'll never experience stress or difficult emotions. Rather, it means developing the ability to maintain a sense of inner peace and equanimity even in challenging circumstances. This calmness comes from a deep acceptance of the present moment and confidence in your ability to handle whatever arises. However, the path of mindfulness is not without its challenges. One common issue is difficulty focusing. Our minds are used to constant stimulation and activity, and the practice of staying present can initially feel boring or frustrating. The solution is to start with short sessions. Even a few minutes of focused attention can be beneficial. Gradually increase the duration as your capacity for sustained attention grows. Another potential pitfall is frustration with progress. We live in a culture that values quick results, but the benefits of mindfulness often develop subtly over time. The key here is to practice patience. Remember that every moment of practice is valuable, regardless of whether you feel you're doing it right or not. Distractions can also be a significant obstacle, especially in our hyper-connected world. Creating a quiet space for practice can be helpful. This might mean finding a peaceful corner in your home or simply turning off notifications on your phone during practice time. As we conclude this chapter on mindfulness, take a moment to reflect on what this practice might mean for your own life. How might your daily experience change if you were more fully present in each moment? How might your ability to handle challenges improve if you approach them with a calm, centered mind? Remember, the goal of mindfulness isn't to achieve a particular state of mind, but to become more aware of your mind as it is. It's about developing a friendly, curious relationship with your own experience, moment by moment. As we move forward to the final chapter of our journey, we'll explore how to integrate all the principles we've discussed into a cohesive approach to life. We'll consider how these ancient philosophical insights can be applied to the complexities of modern living, creating a foundation for lasting, calm confidence. Are you ready to bring it all together and step into a life of greater wisdom, resilience, and inner peace? Chapter 9, Living the Philosophy. As we reach the culmination of our journey through Socratic wisdom, we stand at the threshold of a new beginning. The principles we've explored are not mere theoretical concepts to be admired from afar, but powerful tools meant to be wielded in the crucible of daily life. This final chapter is about bridging the gap between knowledge and action, between understanding and embodiment. Imagine for a moment the person you were when you first opened this book. Now, picture the person you have the potential to become by fully integrating these Socratic lessons into your life. The distance between these two versions of yourself is the transformative journey we're about to embark upon. The wisdom you've gained throughout this book has the power to profoundly empower you. By cultivating self-awareness, you've laid the foundation for genuine authenticity. This isn't about presenting a carefully curated image to the world, but about aligning your actions with your deepest values and truths. This alignment breeds a quiet confidence that radiates from within. Moreover, the principles we've explored foster greater resilience and adaptability. In a world of constant change and uncertainty, these qualities are invaluable. By embracing ignorance, questioning everything, and accepting uncertainty, you've developed the mental flexibility to navigate life's complexities with grace. Perhaps most significantly, you've begun to master the art of calm confidence. This isn't a showy, extroverted confidence that needs constant validation. Rather, it's a deep-seated assurance that comes from knowing yourself, understanding your values, and trusting in your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. But the impact of these teachings extends far beyond your individual growth. As you embody these principles, you'll likely notice a profound shift in your relationships. Your improved self-awareness naturally translates into better communication skills. When you're clear about your own thoughts, feelings, and motivations, you can express them more effectively to others. The authenticity you've cultivated becomes a powerful tool for building trust. In a world where many wear masks and play roles, genuine self-expression stands out. People are drawn to those who are true to themselves, creating opportunities for deeper, more meaningful connections. Moreover, the practice of mindfulness enhances your ability to be fully present in your interactions. This presence is a gift to those around you. In an age of constant distraction, giving someone your full attention is a rare and precious offering that can significantly strengthen your relationships. As you continue to integrate these teachings into your life, you'll find yourself capable of achievements that might have seemed out of reach before. Navigating challenges with composure becomes second nature. Instead of being rattled by unexpected obstacles, you'll approach them with a calm, centered mindset, ready to adapt and find solutions. Decision-making, often a source of stress and anxiety, becomes a more confident process. Armed with critical thinking skills and a deep understanding of your values, you'll be able to make choices aligned with your true self, even in complex situations. Perhaps most remarkably, you'll discover the ability to maintain inner peace regardless of external circumstances. This doesn't mean you'll never experience stress or difficult emotions. Rather, it means you'll have developed the capacity to return to a state of equilibrium even in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. The beauty of these Socratic lessons lies in their cumulative and compounding nature. As you continue to practice these concepts, you'll find that they become increasingly effortless. What once required conscious effort begins to feel natural and intuitive. It's like learning to play an instrument or speak a new language. With consistent practice, what initially feels awkward and challenging becomes fluid and automatic. Over time, you'll experience compound benefits. Each principle reinforces and enhances the others, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and development. This compounding effect means that your investment in these practices yields ever-increasing returns. As these principles become ingrained, you'll likely find yourself achieving your goals more efficiently. This isn't about pushing harder or working longer hours. Instead, it's about approaching your objectives with greater clarity, focus, and alignment. When your actions are in harmony with your values and you're fully present in each moment, you naturally become more effective in pursuing your aspirations. Integrating these lessons into everyday life is where the real work and the real magic happens. It's about making philosophy practical, taking these ancient teachings off the page and into your daily experiences. This might mean pausing to question your assumptions before making a decision, practicing mindfulness while stuck in traffic, or choosing simplicity when faced with the temptation of unnecessary consumption. Of course, this integration isn't always easy. You'll encounter obstacles, old habits, societal pressures, moments of doubt. The key is to approach these challenges with the very principles you're trying to embody. Use self-awareness to recognize when you're falling into old patterns. Question your resistance. Accept the uncertainty of the growth process. Each obstacle becomes an opportunity to deepen your practice. Forming new habits is crucial for lasting change. Start small, focusing on one principle at a time. Perhaps begin your day with a few minutes of mindfulness practice, or end each day by reflecting on how you embodied Socratic virtues. Use tools like habit tracking apps or journaling to maintain your progress and keep yourself accountable. Remember, this is an ongoing journey of growth and exploration. Commit to continuous learning, always remaining open to new insights and deeper understandings. Set development goals for yourself, not as rigid expectations, but as inspiring visions of what you can become. Celebrate your achievements along the way, recognizing each small step as progress on this lifelong path. As you progress, you'll find yourself naturally embodying calm confidence. This transformation isn't about becoming someone else, but about uncovering and expressing your truest self. Take time to reflect on your journey, noting how far you've come and the lessons you've learned along the way. Your growth has the power to inspire others. As you embody these principles, you become a living example of their transformative potential. You don't need to preach or lecture. Your actions and way of being will speak volumes. By living with authenticity, wisdom, and calm confidence, you contribute positively to your community and the world at large. In closing, let's return to the image of the two versions of yourself, the one who began this book and the one you're becoming. The journey between these 2 points is not a straight line, nor is it ever truly complete. It's a spiral path of continuous growth and deepening understanding. The stunning payoff of this journey is not just the calm confidence you've cultivated, though that alone is invaluable. It's the profound shift in how you experience life itself. You've developed the tools to find meaning in every moment, to approach challenges as opportunities for growth, and to connect deeply with yourself and others. You now possess the wisdom to navigate life's complexities with grace, the courage to remain true to yourself in the face of pressure, and the serenity to find peace amidst chaos. You've tapped into a wellspring of inner strength that will serve you in every aspect of your life. But perhaps the most beautiful aspect of this journey is that it's just beginning. Each day offers new opportunities to apply these principles, to deepen your understanding, and to grow in wisdom and compassion. The calm confidence you've cultivated is not a final destination, but a powerful foundation from which you can continue to evolve and flourish. As you close this book, know that you carry within you the timeless wisdom of Socrates, made relevant and applicable to your modern life. You have the power to face any situation with equanimity, to make decisions with clarity and conviction, and to live a life of authentic purpose. Yet, as you stand at this threshold of transformation, you might wonder how to expand your philosophical toolkit even further. What if there were additional perspectives that could complement and enhance the Socratic wisdom you've gained? Imagine the profound impact on your life if you could harness the insights of other great thinkers throughout history. The journey of philosophical exploration doesn't end here. It's just beginning. To truly master the art of thinking like a philosopher and unlock even greater potential for personal growth and understanding, I invite you to explore the audiobook, Think Like a Philosopher, the 7 life-changing philosophies you need to know. This essential guide will take your newfound Socratic wisdom to new heights, offering you a comprehensive framework for navigating life's complexities with even greater depth and insight. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.